Let's recap the Gamecocks in the draft this weekend, shall we? Because it was a huge weekend for the Gamecocks in the draft. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to yet another Canadian Cock Talk here on the Spurs Up Show, the home of all your best Gamecocks content on the internet. I'm still celebrating my Bears drafting Justin Fields in the draft because the Bears are going to win a Super Bowl now, but let's look at the Gamecocks and how we did this weekend in the NFL draft, because we had some big picks and some Gamecocks were stolen at really good spots to really good teams, in my opinion. So let's break it all down, starting off, obviously, with number one. We got number one on the Gamecocks, Mr. Jaycee Horn, drafted 8th overall to the Carolina Panthers. Now, I'm also kind of a Panthers fan, too. You see the Christian McCaffrey jersey behind me, but I really like this pick. I thought the Panthers were going to go Fields, and even if they didn't go Fields, I thought that it was not going to be Jaycee Horn. I was not expecting him, but I was really happy and surprised with the pick. You look at the Carolina Panthers, like Gamecocks aside, Jaycee Horn aside, you look at the Panthers, and you look at the division that they're in the NFC South. Look at the wide receiving cores in that division. Falcons, they just had Kyle Pitts. You got Julio Jones. You got Calvin Ridley over there. The Buccaneers, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. You got Scotty Miller. You got Antonio Brown. And then even the Saints have a really good wide receiver room out there. You're going to need a big physical corner like Jaycee Horn to be able to compete with guys like Julio, with guys like Calvin Ridley, with guys like Mike Evans, with guys like Chris Godwin. The NFC South has the best wide receiver cores, maybe the best offenses in all of the NFL. So you're going to need corners if you are in that division alone. And so the Panthers go out. Their secondary isn't that strong. Yes, they get Jeremy Chin last year, who was one of the best rookies the whole season in the NFL, especially defensively. But the Panthers still need to build onto their secondary, so I absolutely love this pick. I love Jaycee Horn going number 8 to the Panthers. It's great to see that he was the first defensive player taken off the board overall in the whole draft. Like, a lot of people were expecting Surtain, some people were expecting Micah Parsons. Jaycee Horn, first defensive player off of the board in all the NFL drafts, so that is a huge win for the South Carolina Gamecocks starting off there. Next up, we go and we look at Ernest Jones being taken 3rd round to the Rams. I think Ernest Jones I was not expecting him to go 3rd round, but it's not because I didn't think he was good enough. I thought it was because so many guys were underestimating him. I think that the Rams took him at a very good position. You're adding Ernest Jones on to one of the best defenses in all of the NFL right now. You look at their D-line alone. You got guys like Aaron Donald. You got guys like Leonard Floyd, who Leonard Floyd had a huge season last year in sacks for the Rams. You look at Jalen Ramsey in that secondary. The Rams are really good on the defensive side of the ball. And just adding a ball hawk in Ernest Jones, a guy that just can always swarm to the ball and always will make tackles. I think that is a really great pick there for the Rams. Love that pick. I'm going to go my favorite pick out of all 4 of these next because we're going in order of when guys were drafted. 6th round, we had Shi Smith go to the Carolina Panthers. I think that the Gamecocks should just be Carolina Panthers U because we got a lot of guys out there. We got Dennis Daly on the line for the Panthers. We had Pharaoh Cooper for a long time. I'm not sure if he's still on the Panthers. Mike Davis was on there last year. I know he's gone on. Otherwise, he's on the Falcons now. But they pick up JC. They pick up Shi Smith. And when the Panthers just lost Curtis Samuel this season, also, the Panthers also go up and grab Terrace Marshall. I know he's not a Gamecock, but the receivers that the Panthers picked up and try to help Sam Darnold with, very good. But let's talk about Shi Smith. Shi Smith is great in the slot. Speedster guy, and when you lose a guy like Curtis Samuel, which the Panthers just lost, I'm pretty sure Curtis went on to the football team. Shi Smith is the best guy to replace him, in my opinion. Shi Smith, an absolute steal of this draft, taking him 6th round. Again, quarterback position for the Gamecocks last year kind of screwed over Shi because his stats weren't that good. He didn't really have the highlights and the touches that he would have needed to jump up to be an at least 3rd round wide receiver, but they take him at 6. He's going to a really good team, hopefully in a really good offense this year. Depends on how Sam Darnold does, but I really love that pick. And then last draftee for the Gamecocks, let's talk about Izzy Makwamu going to the Cowboys. Love that pick. I wanted Izzy to go to my Bears. They were literally the pick after, and we took Thomas Graham after a cornerback out of Oregon. So I bet you we were looking at taking Izzy if the Cowboys didn't go up and grab him. But just a tall, lengthy cornerback that you're getting in Izzy Makwamu. And obviously, the guy just makes some turnovers out of nothing just because of his length. Like, you go back to the Florida game this year, basically picking a ball off the ground just because of his length. Had a big pick against LSU when you obviously talk about the Georgia game. I mean, he won us that game. no questions about it. Had 3 interceptions in that game, 1 pick six. Massive gain there for the Cowboys. Love him taking there, especially when you got now Devontae Smith in that wide receiver core in, where is he? Philly now in the NFC East. You look at the Washington football team. I think that their receiving core is actually pretty good there. Terry McLaurin obviously being the main guy there. Even the Giants now. The Giants, who they just get? They got Kadarius Toney, who's going to be pretty good for them. They got Kenny Galladay in free agency. So I think the Gamecocks all went to really, really good places where they should make a sizable impact for each and every one of the NFL teams that they went to this season. So thank you guys for tuning into this video. I appreciate it. Like on whatever platform you're on, whether that be Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, whatever it is, share the video. Thanks for watching, and definitely come back next time.